Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the comedians, stand-ups and comic actors who weren't primarily known for their singing, but who have some serious vocal chops.
Sit. Jam with me.
Number 10, Steve Martin.
Ladies love this style.
Boss tuck,
Rockin' for a mile.
rockin' tuck.
He ate a crocodile.
While many may know him from movies like Father of the Bride and the Hulu series Only Murders in the Building, Steve Martin is actually an accomplished musician. If the legendary King Tut sketch didn't convince you, maybe his decades as a bluegrass frontman will.
And you even said that to me one time at the Olive Garden. Please return my car and leave the keys inside the glove compartment, Caroline.
His career began as a comedy writer in the 1960s before taking his own comedy shows on the road, eventually coming to TV and film as a performer. He would begin making more music, singing and playing banjo professionally as his career progressed. He'd won Grammys for his comedy albums, but his musical ventures would earn him another 3.
Stop the truck where no one goes. This is where the job gets done on the pretty little one.
Number 9, Maya Rudolph.
It's just like my mama used to say to me. She used to be all,
This SNL alum spends a lot of time making fun of singers, but maybe that's because she has an innate talent for music. Whether she's playing a parody of Christina Aguilera or belting it out as a Disney villain, Rudolph's shown us she's actually got some serious chops.
Because I will be not just better, but nasty, everlasting, flabbergasting, very, very baddest of them all.
She comes by it honestly. Her parents were both musicians, and her mother was Minnie Riperton, a legendary soul singer with a crystal clear voice and 5-octave range. Maya's voice is deeper and brassier than her mum's, but every time she's showcased it, without stretching for laughs, it's clear she inherited some of the talent.
I'm watching it fall. Lots of people around. Baby, please come home.
Number 8, Stephen Colbert. The late-night host and satirist got his start in sketch and improv comedy, but every once in a while we get to hear his velvety smooth vocals.
Oh, it's wonderful, it's wonderful, so they tell me.
Indeed, Colbert sometimes sings with guests on The Late Show. Some of his famous duet partners include Anna Kendrick, Paul Simon, and even Jennifer Hudson. You'd be surprised by how good he sounds. Colbert also loves musicals, citing Jesus Christ Superstar as an influence. Plus, in 2011, he performed in a televised concert version of Stephen Sondheim's Company. He held his own alongside a star-studded cast that included Neil Patrick Harris and Patti LuPone.
You always are what you always were, which has nothing to do with, all to do with her.
Number 7, Jimmy Fallon. Like many of his fellow SNL alums, the giggly, fun-loving The Tonight Show host is a master of imitating singers' vocal quirks.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
Many of his most popular segments, including the recurring Wheel of Musical Impressions, lets him have some fun while he sings in the styles of other artists. But there are also times when Jimmy Fallon lets his natural voice take center stage.
The oil spill by BP has left tar balls all over the sea.
In those moments, it sounds less like a charming TV host and more like the weathered sound of a folk rock singer who's seen too much. For someone who pokes fun at musicians, he's a pretty accomplished one himself.
Playing my guitar, cause we're working out a little. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Number 6, Katherine OHara.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
When she started on SCTV, Katherine OHara often sang in order to do send-ups of over-the-top lounge singers. But when she performs in earnest, Katherine OHara has a spectacular voice. Her haunting vocals on Sally's song from The Nightmare Before Christmas introduced many of us to the Canadian comic genius's musical talents.
In their enthusiastic cloud, try as I may, it doesn't last.
She's able to sing in such a gentle and heartbreaking way that feels lived in and totally authentic. Look no further than Christopher Guest's A Mighty Wind, where she is totally believable as a former folk music star. She even reprised one of the songs at the Oscars alongside co-star Eugene Levy.
More precious than a pot of gold.
Number 5, Eddie Murphy.
You wanna hold her? Yes. Please? Yes. Then you got to try a little tenderness.
If Donkey's rocking rendition of I'm a Believer in Shrek didn't clue you into the fact that Murphy is a great singer, meet Party All the Time. Murphy was fresh off of a star-making run on SNL and was one of the biggest movie stars with Beverly Hills Cop. But there's one thing fellow comedian Richard Pryor bet him he couldn't do. He challenged Murphy, who was planning an album, to keep it 100% serious.
What am I to do? My girl wants to party all the time.
The latter's synthesizer-heavy Uber 80s single may be dated now, but it was on the Billboard Hot 100. Murphy would later earn an Oscar nomination for his role in Dreamgirls, where he slipped into the persona of a 60s soul singer with ease. Those are just some of his musical achievements. Number 4, Jack Black. The high-spirited Jack Black primarily made a name for himself as a comic character actor, but as he became better known, viewers got to see more of his gifts.
Well, you're not hardcore. Unless you live hardcore. And the legend of the rich was way hardcore.
Roles in movies like School of Rock and the Super Mario Bros. Movie have notably given him the chance to showcase his musicianship, but he's also one half of the rock duo Tenacious D, and let us just say, his voice is one of a kind. While his sense of humour is always in his music, his larger-than-life charisma translates to lung power too. He's not just a comedian playing at being a singer. As a frontman, he's raw and powerful, even when he's being funny. Number 3, Jamie Foxx.
See what we can be if we press fast forward. Just one more round and get down, I know it.
After a breakthrough on the ensemble sketch comedy show in Living Colour, Jamie Foxx went on to star in his own sitcom and carve out a career as an acclaimed actor and comedian. Most people probably know him for those skills, yet he sounds like he could belong on the pop charts. Actually, he has been on the charts.
She take my money when I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling friend indeed.
Although he didn't do most of the singing in Ray, his imitation of Ray Charles was notably included on Kanye West's Gold Digger. But there's more. Many fans also know that he has several solo R&B albums to his name. His biggest single, Blame It, featuring T-Pain, was a huge success. It even earned him a Grammy.
Now to the ballers popping bottles with their Henny in their cups, screaming money ain't a thing if it ain't throw it up in the sky.
Number 2, Seth McFarlane.
Who can say what brought us to this miracle we found? There are those who'd bet love comes but once, and yet.
Given the musical numbers featured on the show, you might not be surprised to learn that the creator of Family Guy is a lover of old-fashioned music. In fact, the man behind Stewie, Peter, Brian, and more actually trained with Frank Sinatra's vocal coaches. McFarlane has released several albums full of show tunes and American standards, and showed off his skills in Sing.
My friend, I'll say it clear and state my case, of which I'm certain.
With his sonorous voice and delicate phrasing, he could have a career in music with or without the Griffin family. That crooning baritone has also sung with several other artists like Norah Jones, and Barbra Streisand even handpicked him for a track on her 2016 Duets album.
No place to go
To compare with pure imagination.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Adam Sandler.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah.
Sure, his scratchy and affected voice might make it hard to take him seriously as a singer, but make no mistake, Adam Sandler has proven time and time again that he really can sing. His Hanukkah song became a calling card, but it wasn't until The Wedding Singer that he was able to mix his loud and abrasive vocals with a new layer of sensitivity and genuine ability.
I'll miss you, kiss you, give you my coat when you are cold. Need you, feed you.
Who knew Sandler could be the romantic lead in a music-heavy rom-com? Well, we sure know it now. Over the years, he's notably sung in movies and in live appearances, proving he's got more chops than you'd expect.
I wanna love you, but I'm getting loud away.
Who's your favourite comedian who turned out to be a great singer? Let us know in the comments.
As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.